MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's Sunday night, November 11th, 2018. Happy Veterans Day from all of us here at MaxSpeedTV. Thank you very much for coming on out tonight. It's going to be a good one here at Bristol, Tennessee. My name is Chris, and joining me tonight, we've got Keith Martinson up in the booth. Keith, how are you doing? It would have been way better if I had keyed this up the right way. I am so sorry, Keith. You missed a really good intro. How you doing tonight?
No, I'm doing great. I saw it. It was good.
No, the verbal. Hey, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I'm going to say it again just in case it was blanked out there. It's November 11th, 2018, Veterans Day. Thank you to everybody who has served and is currently serving in our armed forces. I have Keith Martinson up in the booth with me, and we are getting ready for 200 laps here in Bristol, Tennessee, under the lights. There. Keith, I think that's a little bit better.
It is Bristol, baby. You know what's going to happen here tonight.
Well, we've got a lot of different lines, and one thing I want to make sure to put everybody out there. Listen, we have some people that are racing in tonight's race. You're going to see some letters after some names like Mark Arthur. He's got an M after his name. He served in the Marines. Kyle Gilbert with an A, served in the Army. And the list goes on and on. We're here to celebrate that and some awesome racing here tonight on MaxSpeedTV.
Absolutely. My grandfather was a Pearl Harbor survivor. My dad was in the Navy for 8 years, so I know exactly what this is like.
Yep, I have an uncle that I never got to meet, POW and KIA, excuse me, in Vietnam. I have a grandfather who also served, came back with a Purple Heart, a father-in-law who passed away recently, who served during the Vietnam era, and a brother-in-law who also served in the Air Force. So definitely running thick in my blood, and I can't thank everybody enough. And yeah, Tim, you're absolutely right. Tonight it's all about checkers or wreckers.
There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of beating and banging, a lot of paint trading, and some tempers probably.
I imagine you're probably right. And the other thing we're going to look out for is which groove. It's been a little while since I've actually raced this car on this track. I want to know which groove is going to be the dominant. For so long it was the bottom line. Now it seems to be the last I knew. If you were up top, you were able to hold a little bit of momentum, and you could get around this track just a little bit faster on the outside. So that's something we're going to be watching out for tonight.
Yeah, I've been seeing the practice a little bit, and they seem to be favoring the high line right now. But, you know, as the rubber gets laid down, as the race moves on, you just never know what's going to happen.
Well, I know what's happening right now, Keith. It's time to qualify. So let's see who we can tap into here. Looks like Corey Sherman in the number 66. Out on track, trying to get his lap times good enough to be up front. I'm imagining you want to be up front on this track.
Oh, yeah, track position here is absolutely critical. You get mired behind slow cars, you're pretty much stuck, and before you know it, you're going to get lapped.
Yeah, that's not one thing. I mean, you definitely don't want to be lapped on this track. It's a very small track. You got a lot of drivers out there. They're going to be pitting on both sides. Man, there's a lot of stuff going to be happening in those drivers' cars tonight, and we're going to try and bring it all to you tonight here on MaxSpeedTV.
I know whenever I race here, I always got confused about pit road. Pit road, under green and under yellow are completely different, and if you don't do it right, you are going to lose a ton of time.
Switching now to Ty Marasco in the one car, getting around this little track. High banks, great for carrying speed. Got to be careful not to touch the aprons coming out, or you will go around.
Yeah, and it's very unforgiving. You even think about touching the apron and your car's gone.
I've seen some of that in practice, especially coming out of 4, it seems like. Guys getting just a little bit low, and you see right there, Aaron Bockover in that 44 car gets very close to it, stayed off from it, but that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to get right to that line and not an inch below.
And these guys are turning just blistering laps. A 14:15 is the current pole time. Well, then as I say that, Travis Brown comes in with a 14:139.
They are moving. This is going to be good stuff tonight.
These Can-Am cars, man, they're just built for tracks like this. They got speed and they got grip. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and their brakes seem to work pretty good on these short tracks too, and some of that, you have to have the brakes set up right. I mean, if you don't have them set up right, it's going to cause a loose condition or a tight condition. You're going to spin it around, you're going to put it in the wall. Either way, it's not going to be good, and you don't want to do it.
No, especially here, because you get a little loose and you're going to lose 10 spots in a matter of a second. On
board, Brandon Dennis. He's one of those guys with a letter after his name. Brandon, thank you for your service driving in that 95 National Guard car. Got the driver of the 28. He's texting and driving.
Oh, yeah, no, don't do that. Hang up and drive, guys. Hang up and drive.
It's all right, Caden. We got you out there. Mark Arthur, as I said, was a Marine. He is out there ready to try and qualify for this event.
No, he is a Marine.
He is a Marine. Always a Marine. That's very true, Mark. I'm sorry. I actually have a Marine that I work with. I know better than that.
He'll forgive you.
I'm sure he will. He lays down a 14.341.
Nice lap.
You're right, though. Some of these speeds are wicked. 14.14, 14.15, 14.212, 2.27, 2.53. This is some tight racing tonight.
Yeah, but this is going to be good. Bristol is always chock full of excitement.
Looks like, I can't say everybody's qualified, but most of the field has.
Yep, 3 guys have not taken the time yet. It's like we got a field of 30 cars tonight, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be... I'm going to be busy on the camera.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Special on board for tonight. We got Savage Edge, Visual Graphics, Custom Apparel and Accessories. They're sponsoring this race tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. And man, I can't wait to get this one started. Seriously, this is one of my most favorite tracks, and the reason why, little known fact, my son is type 1 diabetic. There is a type 1 diabetic banner coming out of the pits on the wall. I've always appreciated that has remained through all of the updates.
Yeah, that's really nice. I've yet to actually go to Bristol in real life, and it's one of my bucket list items.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going, and I wouldn't mind going for the night race.
Oh, yeah.
Short of that, I'll watch it on the sim.
Looks like Bill Harkins just finished his qualifying effort with a 14.386, puts him in 15th. Now, think about that. He's 2/10 behind the leader, and he's in 15th.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's tight qualifying runs here tonight. My goodness, you're talking tenths of a second separating the top 20. You're talking 0.3 of a second. Wow.
And 0.7 of 1 second covers the whole field.
That's impressive, and that's going to make this one fun. For sure.
You know, and these guys, I mean, these guys race hard, and they race to win, so there could be a lot of contact tonight, but these guys are good, so I expect to see some really good, hard, clean racing.
Yeah, I agree with you. After last week, you know, the road course didn't have any whole track cautions, and so we don't know exactly what was happening throughout the whole thing. We know we had some spins, and it didn't slow anything down. Tonight, I don't think that's going to be the case, Keith.
I think you're correct. I think that this is a little bit smaller than Watkins Gun last week. A little tighter.
Yeah, a little bit smaller, a little tighter. You're absolutely right. Take a nice good look at that track. Man, you can see how high that banking is, and it never really goes away. Even the front stretch and back stretch are banked. We are gonna have some fun.
Oh, let's just get qualifying done. Let's get racing, boys. Sorry, I got a little excited there.
Where is pit entry under yellow? It depends on where you qualify.
Well, if it's under yellow.
Under yellow. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. If it's under yellow, you come in on the backstretch, don't you?
Yep. You enter in on the backstretch, and the guys pitting on the front stretch go all the way around the track.
That's one of those things you're going to have to keep in the back of your mind as a driver. My gosh, there's so much to keep in mind here at Bristol. One little blip, and you might lose the race.
Well, and
without
you're
any real issue.
Yeah, and if you have to pit under green, you're guaranteed to lose at least 2 laps. It's just the way it is here.
I will say, luckily, that isn't normally the case here at Bristol.
No, yeah, you're right.
But we're going to get ready to go here on Veterans Day. Again, thank you to all those who have served and are serving. You guys, you're amazing. And so many just say, it was my pleasure, and that's it, and they walk away.
Yep. I know many veterans, and they're all basically like that. They did it because they wanted to.
Yep, very humble. About a minute left to go. Probably in a driver's meeting right now, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Just a little bit more time. We're going to get this thing going. 1 minute to go. We got time just enough for this message.
Yeah.
That's a quicker message than I always remember it to be. I gotta get like a 1 minute. That would be great. At some point.
There you go.
Put that thing on loop.
We call this a time filler, folks.
Yeah, normally we would advance, but qualifying didn't end until about 2 minutes left, and it's not really worth advancing the session at that point, so might as well wait it out, get the last little bits of advice, and man, strap it in and get ready to go. We got 3, 2, and 1. We are going to be gridding, and we're going to get this thing going.
All right.
Tyler's saying, no, you enter on your side no matter if it's yellow or green. Man,
That seems odd, but okay.
It's not how I remember it being, but maybe.
Well, it is iRacing after all.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And congratulations to Travis Brown getting the pole with a 14:139 blistering lap.
Really, really fast, and we're going to go through it right now. Travis Brown in the 01, you just mentioned it. He's got the pole on the outside. Brett Gruzik starting in 3rd place. We've got the driver of the 16 car, and I've got a message on how to pronounce some of these guys' names. And
good.
yeah. So Ian is Ian Habiuk. Ian Habiuk. And then on the outside of the second row, we've got Kyle Gilbert. He's messing up the easy ones. Dalton Kilrow, Travis McChisney. You saw that M by Travis's name, indicating Marine. Brian Dees and Ryan Wesselowski. Taylor Frey, Noah Van Hoot. Mark Arthur, Marine. Aaron Ramon. Blake Decker starting 13th and Corey Sherman 14th. Starting in the inside, number 15th position, Bill Harkins in the 11. Bruce Oh, geez, I'm crow. Bryce Lewis, 16th. Caden Atkins, 17th. Ashton Schließ, 18th. Tyler Gary, 19th. Kevin Foster, 20th. Brandon Dennis with the A after his name. Army. Thank you, Brandon. Brian McRae starting 22nd in the 7 car. Zach Hillman starting 23rd. Sam Baumgarten, A, Army. Thank you, Sam. Ty Marasco starting 25th. Aaron Bockover starting 26th. Terry Foster 27th. Jason Anderson 28th. Cody Wynn, Terry Condis, and that is the starting field. My gosh, there's a lot of cars out there to keep track of tonight.
Yeah, there is. And one administrative note, the guy starting 9th is actually pronounced Taylor Fry.
Fry, yep.
Fry, as in French fry.
Fry. I just got 75 lap fuel window. We're going to see if we can make it all 75. I don't know the tires are going to last that long, but we're going to try.
Not. Luckily, they have one fast repair, so they have the opportunity to get that all wiped out if something bad happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking going on. So you got tires, you've got fuel, you've got a fast repair, and right now we've got pace car lights off, and we are getting ready to start this thing up. Pace car heading down the back stretch. Great looking bunch of cars. When the pace car drops down, we're waiting for green flag. Travis Brown hits the go pedal. We're on our way. Travis Brown really, right off the bat, getting a pretty comfortable lead going on. He's got Brett Guzik right behind him, Kyle Gilbert, and Ian Hayabuck. Jeez, I'm crow. Even when I have the sayings, I can't get it.
We'll forgive you.
I know it. Back in the field, we're on board Travis McChesney. That's the 85 car. He's sitting on the outside, getting kind of close to the 16. Dives down inside for position. Not able to hold on. As we said, the outside definitely going to carry some momentum. That may change later on. We're under caution. And it's the 53's got some damage on the left front door. Let's take a look and see if he was involved. '53 door clean there, so he definitely had a piece of this one. Whether or not it was him, no, it wasn't. It was up in front. This 97 was involved. That's Bryce Lewis. And the 83, Kevin Foster. Both of those cars involved, both of them smoking already. Not the way you want to start this race.
No, not at all. So he has to use his fast repair, he's pretty much out of it.
Yeah, what'll happen is he'll have to come down, get that fast repair. If not, everybody will be invited down to his pit stall for beans, hot dogs, burgers, steak. That thing will light up like a barbecue if he doesn't get it fixed.
Oh, I'm all over that. I'll see you later. I'm gonna get me some hot dogs.
Well, we started going through the field a little bit before we went into caution. I was just kind of peeking in on some of these cars. Some of these names I haven't seen since we started taking over the series. And man, it's good to see this many cars out here.
Oh, yeah.
You got a couple of cars coming down pit road right now. A couple of cars a little beat up on the back end already. So there's some pushing and, well, there's some pushing going on. We'll see about the rest.
Yeah, there's definitely some pushing going on.
Check in with the 58 car. Kyle Gilbert, last week's winner, has moved himself up to second place in the point standings. In fact, why don't we go ahead and take a peek at those right now. Got Mark Arthur up front. Kyle Gilbert, Ashton Schließ, Blake Decker, Tyler, Travis, Ty, Ryan, Hunter, and Corey are your top 10. That leaves some notable names out there. You got Ian, Taylor, Fry. Well, see, you told me.
So you caught yourself.
Yeah, I did. Noah Van Hoot, he's out there in 13th. Dalton Kilrow, Brandon Dennis, Aaron Ramon, and the rest you see.
And the green flag is back out at Bristol.
So again, Travis Brown with a pretty good jump. Kyle Gilbert right behind him.
And it does seem at this point that the high line is preferred.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to change or not as the track wears in, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Sometimes it does get a little slippery once that heat starts building on up there. I don't know if it's going to be enough to move them down, though.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, this is 250 laps, so they are going to lay down quite a bit of rubber, so we'll see.
Right now, on board with the 85, Travis McChesney.
You're getting it.
I'm slowly but surely, my friend. Travis, the last car in the top 5, sitting 5th place behind him. Dalton Kilrow would love to try and take that place. Goes down low. He's taking a look, not able to complete that pass. And the 19 moves up, and we're under caution again. We're going to take a peek at that one. On board with the 86 machine, I saw that car was part of it. But I think he kind of got wrapped up in something. Yeah, it happened in front of him there. See if we can figure it out here. Oh, yeah, I just saw it. Looks like we had one car had a pretty good run and no place to go. So we go back live. Travis Brown up front still. Kyle Gilbert right behind him. The outside is the preferred lane, but so far on the starts, it hasn't been able to keep up with the 01 of Travis Brown.
I don't think anybody's been able to keep up with him yet. That car has been a rocket ship. The advantage to Bristol is that even if you do get some damage, as long as it doesn't affect the steering or the suspension or anything, the aero isn't really that critical here. So you can drive around with a fairly beat-up car and still do pretty well.
Take the hood off, take the deck lid off. You don't need them. Not here.
No. Just the roll cage and the driver, you're good.
I guess you should probably have the spoiler out according to NASCAR.
Oh, yeah, they might get a little upset if you took that off. Just ask Kevin Harvick. Oh, wait, is that too soon?
No, not too soon. It's been a week. We're all over it now. Cars going down the front stretch. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here in just a couple of laps. As I said, you do see a little bit of damage on some of these cars, especially the ones a little further back where maybe they're running out of a room and not quite braking at the same time as the guy in front of them, or whatever their story is. There's some damage back there.
Yeah, that's called the in-race adjustment.
Yeah. Not the preferred way of doing it, though. Would much rather be able just to change your brake bias a little bit and go from there, but Again, aero, not a big deal. We line back up 2 by 2. Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go green flag racing again. Lap 18 at 250. It'll be 19 when the green flag drops. And these pace laps, yeah, pace car just gathers them up nice and slow down the backstretch. Heading into 3, he's going to drop down on a pit road after turn 4. We're going to cut these cars loose again. Pace car drops.
Kyle Gilbert's got anything for him? Nope.
No. Brown launches that thing. Gilbert stuck on the outside. Got Brett Guzek right inside. Gilbert fighting back on the outside. He takes position back to second place for Kyle Gilbert. And you see him and Brown running very similar lines here. That's going to make it hard to pass if you're doing that. You're going to have to find another way. The
well,
88.
and I think he might be content just sitting behind him temporarily until he can kind of figure out how his car's going to handle.
Yeah, there's plenty of laps left. You just be a little patient. We'll be good to go. The 88 stuck on the bottom. He's getting passed right now by the 12 car, Mark Arthur, and the 85 coming up behind as well. To the outside, Travis McChesney. He's good for the pass. The 19 looking to do it too. Ryan Wisholowski on the outside, gets around the 88. Dalton Kilroe slides on up. He's found his place, but back to 8th position now.
Oh, we got a spin. The 03 car takes the spin, brings out the caution.
Zach Hillman, he's pointing the wrong direction. We'll take a peek.
Oh, and the 97 car gets caught up in something, and people crashing into each other all over the place.
We're on board the 03. He heads into the corner. He just a little too much brake, and the rear end comes out from around him. No real damage to that car. He'll be able to keep going. And you said, what number else was it?
97. That's
97 of Bryce Lewis. Yeah.
I think that was after the caution came out.
So we've got a case here of caution breeding caution. Breeding caution, breeding caution.
That is Bristol, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Travis Brown's been okay with it though, because right now he has led all 24 laps, getting ready to make it 25 as we are under caution.
And he don't care how fast it is. As long as he's in the front, he's okay with it.
Yeah. Take a look at some of the progress made here. Looks like your big mover so far up 12 spots, the number 32 car. And that's Terry Condis. He's doing okay so far.
Yeah, I'd say.
Tyler Gary in the 26. He's moved up 10 spots. The 27 car, Jason Anderson, has also moved up 10 spots. So there's been some good moving going on so far. Pace laps do happen here pretty quick. We probably have one more before the lights go out. The 97 car just ahead of your leader right now. Bryce Lewis looking to kind of just go around the pace car, rejoin the rear of the field. It's going to be interesting. We're going to restart again. Kyle Gilbert will be on the outside again. We're going to see if he's got anything for that 01 car. Last time he didn't. I mean, the 01 just took off on that bottom line and never really looked back.
All right, we're ready to go racing again. See, my thought on Bristol is that if your car is clean, you weren't racing hard enough.
Yeah, I would go ahead and agree with that for the most part. Although you want to have something when you're done, something that resembles a car. But I guess it depends on where you finish. We're green flag racing in. Travis Brown. A little bit more of a challenge this time with Gilbert, but still able to get in front of him. They fall in line, nose to tail.
Yeah, and Brett Gruzik tried to anticipate the start and timed it so badly. He had a terrible start.
Yeah, Brett Gruzik back down to 4th place right now, and somebody going around. And that's him, Brett Gruzik.
Oh, massive pile up.
Oh, it's bad.
It's the big one.
The big one at Bristol. So many people equate that to Talladega, Daytona, but it happens on the short tracks too. And we're going to take a look at it.
Oh, that took out all kinds of people.
Oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got one going up on his roof and back on tires. That's the National Guard car. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was...
It almost looked like a little bit of net code going on there between the 85 and the 04, and it kind of just spun him right around.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the 85 in that one, because that was bad.
Yeah, he just hits him right in the rear. Well, net codes him right in the rear end. He spins him around, and he comes right back up the track, and everybody's going pretty much full speed.
Yeah, unable to go back that far, unfortunately, and take a look at it, but wow. All right, well, lap 32 of 250. We had our share of caution flags, but we've only had one leader so far. That's Travis Brown up front in the 01. You see some cars out in front of him. They're just going to go around the pace car. They have plenty of fuel, and 32 laps, a lot of caution laps. Their tires are probably fine. I wouldn't worry about that. Just go back and get your track position, start at the tail end, and work your way forward.
Yeah, and I don't want to say the advantage, but the advantage for some of the guys in the rear that aren't involved in this is that you pass all those wrecked cars up. Although I think what's really needed now is a little bit of patience from these guys. I know everybody's really eager to get up front, but they just need to settle down, run some green flag laps, and get this track rubbing up real nice.
Yeah, it would be good to get the track up to temperature. Then you could really see what you have for a car. Right now, you know, track is still cool. It hasn't warmed up yet. The tempers are hot, but the track is cool.
Yeah, the wrong things are warm.
You see Brian McRae, he misses his pit stall, backs it up, and boom, he's got a brand new car. So Brian McRae in the 7 car, he uses his fast repair.
The magic of iRacing.
It's inexpensive and it's fast.
That's right.
So Gilbert was actually able to put a challenge on that last restart. He held them pretty close there going into 1 and 2, and then coming out of 2, Travis Brown said goodbye.
Yep. Although Gilbert has been able to keep up with him. Hasn't been able to challenge him, but he hasn't let him get away.
All right. Well, Keith, the pace car lights are off. We're going to go green flag racing once again here in Bristol. And I think you're right. Somebody needs to come on and just say, patience, boys, patience. But you see Mark Arthur, he's worked his way up to 5th position. He's not being patient. He's running.
Yeah, and he is on the move.
The go
and again,
button.
Travis Brown with an excellent start.
Gilbert doing his best to stay to the rear bumper, and there's a gaggle of cars behind. The 19 and the 85. The 85 on the inside. The 19 comes off the wall. That's going to juice up the back line just a little bit. 26 has to lay off. The 88 has to lay off. And they get it back going. The 85 on the inside, getting left in the dust.
And the 88's into the wall. But he collects it and moves on.
These cars seem to be a little tight. If they're a little too high in the line, they touch the wall, but haven't seen anything too bad as a result of it yet. Maybe just a little damage on the right side.
Well, you've heard of the Darlington stripe. This is the Bristol butt.
Watching some racing here for, well, we'll say 7th position. Mark Arthur holds it.
66 car goes around and collects some guys.
Corey Sherman around. Does a good job getting out of the way. 36 was around. We'll take a peek at that. On board, Corey Sherman turns that car hard left. The 36 gets into the back. Now, when he turned that car left, the rear end kind of came out from underneath him. The 36 had no place to go.
No.
And that is often the case here on short tracks. I know short track racing very well. It's not the initial incident you got to watch. It's the guys, you know, about a second behind, not even a second. In this case, it was probably a 1/10 of a second. Those are the ones that are going to get collected.
And with Bristol, the way it is, you go up the track and you basically block the whole thing, and guys have nowhere to go except into you.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do. It happens so fast, and if you try and cut the wheel too hard, you could hurt your car more. You could hurt somebody else's car. So it's a tough spot to be in. I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions tonight.
No, I'm happy just being up here.
Yeah, yeah.
Although the driver in me really wants to get down there and race with these guys.
So we mentioned Mark Arthur. He was in the top 5 on the last restart, back to 7th. And I think that was a direct result of the 88. He had gotten into the wall. It kind of slowed up people behind him.
Yeah, they had to check up a little bit to make sure they weren't going to come down onto him, but you know, he only lost a couple of spots. He's got a little bit of damage in the rear of the car and a tiny bit in the right front, but nothing to really affect his race.
No, we've said it a couple of times already. Aerodynamics not the key tonight. Probably the biggest key would be, and we've said this word a couple of times now, patience. You have to be patient on these tracks. Look, it's 250 laps. We've only done 43 of them. You have a lot of time. Although they do click off quick, you still have a lot of time to move up. You've got pit stops that are going to affect the outcome of this race. You got more racing that's going to affect it, obviously. But the biggest thing is how patient is the guy you're running next to, in front of, or behind. That being said, Bristol, nighttime, speed. Gotta go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a long green flag run, because that's where you see the best racing, is when these guys finally settle down.
Pace car lights are off. Cars are starting to line back up 2 by 2. We're going to get this thing going very, very quickly. And it seems like every restart, Kyle Gilbert getting just a little bit closer to staying with Travis Brown. He's starting to figure out timing, maybe.
Yeah, and Travis would be very smart to change up when he goes, just to mess with these guys.
Yeah, you can't do it the same every time.
No, because he'll figure it out.
And he went fast, Travis Brown, but Gilbert was able to match him pretty decently till turn 1. Tyler Gary in the 26. We haven't called his name too many times yet. He's in 3rd place. top 5 or 6 cars have kind of gone nose to tail. Make that 7, 8 cars, 9, 10. Yeah, these guys are starting to go nose to tail a little bit. And this one might be a green flag. No, and the 92 gets really loose. The 91, no place to go, and something's happening further behind. The 86 car involved, the 44 car involved, and those are the only 2 I saw. I'm going to take a peek at that one. And no.
Oh, the 32 car just loses it on the front stretch and collects the 86 into the 4, into the 44.
Yeah. And again, it's that chain reaction type racing that we're having issues with here tonight.
Well, and you also have to race track. I mean, you know, that was just a case of just over driving.
Yeah, you get onto the brakes a little too hard, the rear end starts coming around, and you've got no place to go. The car's going to come. Now it's a matter of does somebody else get collected. And when the racing is as tight as it is, and we saw that in qualifying, invariably there's somebody right behind you, they're going to collect.
Yeah, and that's just exactly it. I mean, the guys are too close together. Well, not too close together, but they're close enough together that any incident is going to collect several of them. I'm fairly certain that race control is telling these guys to just be smart, calm down, and, you know, race your race.
So the top 4 cars right now have not come down pit road. 5th place runner Dolan Kilroe has in the 88. Mark Arthur running in 6th place has not come down pit road. Everybody else, oh no, excuse me, 8th place runner, the 85, that's Travis McChesney. He has not come down. Every single other car has come down pit road at least one time, some as many as 3. So we're going to have some very big differences in tires. We're going to have some differences in fuel, and that's going to give us differences in strategy going forward in this race.
And for as much caution laps as they've run, the tires are still wearing out because they have run some green flag laps. So, you know, the leaders who have not pitted yet are actually going to start slowing down. It may not be a lot, but it might be enough.
Yeah, and I've already started seeing, and once we go green, I'll take a look again, but I have started seeing some of those low 14s start become mid 14s. So that's starting to happen on those older tires. And at Bristol, it doesn't matter if you've run 10 laps under green or 100 laps under green. Those tires wear, and man, we're going to start seeing it. I really believe we're going to start seeing the difference here between new and old tires.
Yeah, it should be starting very soon. And the last thing that any of the leaders want is to have to pit under green.
That would be devastating to the race. So as you said, you're going to lose at least 2 spots, and then you have the pressure of doing it under green. You could slide through your pit stop. There's so many variables there. Definitely don't want any of them to happen.
Well, let's try this again.
Yeah, Brown up front. He's looking at the lights off on the pace car. They're heading down the backstretch. Going to take turn 3. Pace car will come down pit road. The loud button will be engaged. And if it's been like the last few restarts, the 01's going to walk away right around the beginning of turn 1. We're going to watch it right now. Oh, Gilbert with a really nice restart there, though.
Yeah, he was.
The 26, Tyler Gary, he's trying to close the door on the 58, but on the inside, probably not the way to do it. The 19 starts to shut her down on the outside. The 19 car, Ryan Leschalewski, he is taking over 3rd. And that 26 car may be out to dry on the inside. No, he's able to get back in front of Mark Arthur up to 5th place in the 12. Mark takes a look on the inside. The 88 right behind him. The 19 takes it down deep in the corner, trying for position. Not able to do it. The preferred line definitely outside right now.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's pretty obvious now where the preferred line is going to be. So if you're going to pass, You're gonna have to do something real. Oh, and Mark Arthur!
Arthur gets into the back of the 26 and goes around.
Oh, and that causes a
Oh,
massive
the 11
pile
comes
up.
in. Up on 2 wheels. Oh, my heart. 26, very damaged. He's got smoke coming out. That is not a happy car. It's crab walking its way back around the track. Something very broken there. Mark Arthur can't even read the number on his door as he went around.
That almost looks like he drove the corner in just a little bit faster than the 26 and just couldn't check up in time.
I believe what you're seeing is loose conditions when they're braking. They got the front end dialed in so tight when they have to get on the brakes, that car goes around, and wow. Mark Arthur back down to 14th position after that last one, and I think he got some of the better end of that deal. You see the 26 coming back out of pit road, had to come in and get that car fixed. It was crab walking bad.
And the leaders are still out, so not yet.
Like we said at the beginning of the race, the fuel window 75 laps, but under caution conditions, they're probably going to be able to get about 90 out of this tank of fuel. Pace car driver has been busy here so far in Bristol.
You think he's got the most laps led so far?
Let's see. Brown has 60. The pace car has 52.
All right, so he's close.
It's close. Light's still on. We've got at least one more lap before it goes off. Leaders have got to start thinking about coming in. I know they still have plenty of fuel. I know they probably have good tires still, but every single other driver, the top 3 have not taken pit stops yet. Everybody else has.
And eventually what's going to happen is that they're going to be forced to pit, and that's what they don't want.
Right. I'd much rather come down on my own accord. If we go green flag racing right now, their worst nightmare could be right around the corner.
That's exactly right, and they have to take that into consideration. Now, we know there's been a lot of cautions, but, you know, eventually they're going to get burned by staying out there for as long as they have.
Pace car lights are off. We're on board with the 01 Travis Brown. Gonna get his perspective on this restart. You hear him downshifting into second, getting ready to go. Pace car is off. And he hits the go pedal. And he hits a good jump this time on the 58 of Kyle Gilbert. Third place, Ryan Wiskolowski in 19. He's all by himself. Back further, Dalton Kilroe, Taylor Fry. Taylor Fry goes around. The 91 goes around. We're still under green flag conditions. If he can get up on track and keep it going in the right direction, we'll stay green.
He did.
He did. He's lost a lot of time. The leaders are going to catch him really fast unless he can get back up to speed. He cannot. He dives down, gets out of the way.
Yeah, that was just a case of him hitting the apron. Oh, Gilbert gets into the wall, makes a little bit of contact. Lost some paint and a little bit of time, but otherwise he's still going.
Last lap time for your leader, 14.7, about 0.5 of a second off from qualifying time. So tires are definitely starting to go away. Gilbert runs a little bit faster. He's about 1/10 faster on the last lap, and that's with hitting the wall.
In race adjustment, I keep saying it.
Sometimes if you knock that toe in just a little bit on that right side tire, it'll handle better.
I can attest it. I've actually done that. Hit the wall a little bit, suddenly my car drives better. I would not recommend doing it on purpose.
No.
Mark Arthur's on the move. He's up to 11th now. And he took full responsibility for that wreck too, so good on him for admitting.
You know, short track racing, like I said, I'm pretty familiar with it. I do it quite a bit, and what else can you say? Sometimes you're gonna be the cause.
Yep.
On board right now, the 92 car. That's Blake Decker, running in 7th right now, doing a pretty good job. Car's pretty clean. Behind him, Corey Sherman. Just in front is Caden Atkins in the 28 car.
Yeah, there's battles all throughout the field here. Some cars have a lot of damage, some have not so much damage.
On board the 27 machine, that's Jason Anderson. He's on the outside. He's got the one down below, the 53 behind him. 27 gets on the wall, comes back off, able to maintain control. Adjusting that right front just a little bit. One car was actually able to make a pass on the inside. Bill Harkins in the 11, doing a fine job out there tonight, running 14th currently. Jason Anderson right behind him, that 27 we were just on with. He is the last car a lap down, or excuse me, on the lead lap. He's running 15th. Harkins in the 11 running 14th. Then we go up to the 86 car, Terry Foster running 13th, and we seem to have found our groove here. We're under green for a good long stretch here.
Don't jinx them.
I know. That commentary curse, it's real. The 36 car, Aaron Ramon running 12th. Mark Arthur, we mentioned earlier, up to 11th. Kind of stuck on the inside, getting around some lap traffic. And he's able to clear.
Yeah, and now the leaders are really catching some lap traffic. This could really change the complexion of this race as they have to maneuver their way around these guys.
27 hard down to the bottom of the track to get out of the way of the leaders. Travis Brown rocket shipping around this track, has to get on the brakes, and that lets Kyle Gilbert get to the back bumper. Almost into the back bumper was Gilbert. Third place running car, Bryce Lewis, able to catch up now. Got a 3-car battle for the lead right now. Bryce Lewis in the 97 with a really deep drive in. Almost took position away.
Yeah, it couldn't quite make it stick, but that was a bold move there.
The 97 figuring out that inside lane, and if he's got it figured out, everybody else is going to be in trouble.
Not quite there yet, but it's coming.
Inside lane, the fastest way around any track. And that 97 of Bryce Lewis trying to figure it out. Gilbert and Brown have been fighting for laps and laps now. Bryce Lewis wants to lead a lap, and he is doing everything he can on the bottom lane to figure out how to get around these cars.
And he does have fresher tires. Oh, and there's a car on the inside wall, the 32. Apparently it didn't affect anything.
No, we stay under green. Leaders weaving their way around the lap traffic. Now get into a little bit of fresh air. There's a little distance now to the next lap car. Brown, Gilbert, Lewis, your top three.
And Lewis still trying that inside line. Just can't quite get it to stick out of the turn.
If he can figure out that bottom line, I'm telling you, it's going to be dangerous because nobody else has been able to run there with speed.
Nope, not at all.
We're on lap 89 of 250, the original pit window, 75 laps. We've run quite a few laps under caution here, so it's going to be interesting to see just how long they can go with this current load of fuel. Top two drivers have not come down pit road. Bryce Lewis has been down 3 times already.
So we know he's good for a while.
He's got 40 lap newer tires than those cars ahead of him. And maybe that's why that bottom line is so appealing to him. You see the 01 and the 58 starting to get a little tight, getting really close to that wall.
And their lap times now were in the mid-15s. Of course, some of that has to do with the lap traffic as well, but their tires are definitely wearing out, and their fuel is getting light.
Yeah, and that can cause a whole other problem. Speaking of the rear ends going around, lighten up that rear end, and there's not as much grip on that right rear tire.
Now, Bryce has to be careful that he doesn't tear his, or he doesn't use his tires up trying to pass on the inside like he's doing, because he can eat those things up in a hurry if he races these guys too hard.
Peek in on Mark Arthur, who's moved himself from 11th on the restart to 6th. He's kind of racing alone right now. Nobody really threatening, and he's not threatening the 19 car. These cars have kind of gotten themselves nose to tail where they need to be.
Oh, Travis Brown wiggles a little bit. Gilbert had to check up. But Bryce Lewis still can't get past him.
The 01 down to the bottom now.
Yes, he's searching.
He's searching for traction in the 58. He's searching for the lead as he is up high, trying to make a diamond out of this racetrack, and he goes around Kyle Gilbert to the lead.
I'm wondering if Travis is starting to run a little low on fuel.
It's not out of the realm of possibility here on lap 99. You know, running around this track under caution will save fuel, but they've also had their good share of green flag run too, so and this one's been the longest of them all. This could be very interesting. If he does run out of fuel, you think pitting under green is bad. Holy cow.
Yeah, Travis Brown's lap times are now almost 16 seconds.
Yeah, Gilbert pulling a 15.814 last time. He's about a tenth faster than Brown. And Brown and Lewis right now running almost identical laps. Slightly different line as you see. Bryce Lewis gets a nose but not able to maintain. Almost had contact with the 01. Lewis and Brown almost get together, battling for second place. Oh no!
Oh, and he does!
Lewis tries to correct it, comes back out on track, not able to do it. Starts losing a lot of spots, does not go around though. Has to rejoin the field. Right now being scored in 7th position. Battling for second, back to 7th position, Bryce Lewis.
Bryce Lewis all the way down to 7th from after that little minor contact.
I'd say the biggest person that it helped at this point, Mark Arthur in third place, as some cars had to check up a little bit when Bryce Lewis was off pace. Mark Arthur able to get himself up to third place.
And Travis Brown is now almost 2 seconds behind Kyle Gilbert. He's either trying to save as much fuel as possible with backing up, or his tires are just that gone. And here he comes into the pits right now. Oh.
Gilbert, Brown coming down pit road.
And that is just devastating for their chances, because most of the cars behind them have already pitted at least once.
Yeah, we've talked about it. They're coming down pit road. Mark Arthur assumes the lead. And give him credit for 1 lap led so far. Make it 2, as Arthur has led 2 laps now. Brown and Gilbert coming down pit road, and they're going to suffer the consequences of not coming down earlier. They're already a lap down. Mark Arthur gets into the wall. The 66, Corey Sherman, gets underneath him. Corey Sherman by a nose leads that lap. Now Arthur looks like his tires might be starting to go away, or he hit the wall hard enough to damage the steering on that 12 machine. Corey Sherman gets around him and starts to pull away already.
Yeah, Mark Arthur looks like he's really, really tight. He doesn't seem to be able to turn the car hardly at all coming into the turns.
Kyle Gilbert and Travis Brown having to come down pit road. They didn't lose 2 laps, so there is something to be said there, but Brown and Gilbert down 1 lap. Gilbert in 14th, Brown in 16th. They've lost a ton of time on track, and now the only thing they could really ask for and hope for is a caution to try and get themselves gathered back up. Or right now, the field is stretched out now. Corey Sherman in the 66 up front. Mark Arthur right behind him. And Dalton Kilrow, your top 3, the 88 machine. He's had some back and forth stuff going on today. He's straightened it out, running third. Blake Decker in the 92. About 2.5 seconds behind Kilrow. He's running 4th, but and all alone too. Cody Atkins in the 28 machine, running in 5th. The 17 right behind him for position goes down low for the pass. 17 car making the bottom line stick, and he takes over position. Brian Dees moves up to 5th, knocking Caden Atkins back down a position.
And Travis Brown is a man on a mission. Not only just to get through all these people, but also to be the first car a lap down, just in case the caution comes out.
But boy, you have to be careful. You see him going 3 wide there. My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on this one. That 01 looking to get it back. The 58 still ahead of him though, by quite a distance.
Oh, he's making it 3 wide again.
Travis Brown is incredible to watch here tonight. That car is so fast, and he's got fresh tires. And now, you know what's interesting here is Brown and Gilbert have the freshest tires on the track, and it's showing. Lap times are down, and they're moving.
They're smoking everybody they get around, and oh, and Travis Brown just rams into the back of the 26 car there. He just had too much speed.
Yeah, 2 cars, 2 different strategies, and what a speed difference.
92 car gets out of control. Gets into contact with the 1 car, and they both hit the wall. And then, oh, the 92 not happy with somebody as he comes down to the infield. Yeah,
and stops.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back and see if we can't pick up on what happened here. Might just catch this one. Yeah, he's already up in the wall here. We'll go back just a little further. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it.
No, it looked like what happened is that the 92 and the 1 get together. 92 gets into the wall, he saves it, but then the 1 gets into the 68, and the 68 goes up the track, collects the 92 and the 4. It was bad. And it looks like, if my calculations are correct, Kyle Gilbert is back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert was the first car a lap down. He just went around and rejoined the tail end of the field. And I'll tell you, the 86 machine is your leader, but he's on pit road. How is this one going to cycle out? Because right now, Gilbert's being shown as your leader.
I don't know how that happens, but if he gets a lucky dog, though, he's going to have to start at the tail end of the longest line. That's the rule, so
yeah,
he shouldn't be there for too much longer.
Well, nonetheless, he's coming down pit road, so that'll probably change, but...
there you are.
Wow, okay.
Travis Brown looks like he's back on the lead lap, too. Although with iRacing's telemetry the way it is, we'll have to wait for the pit stops to be completed to sort this all out.
I think the only thing I can say for sure at this point is the 66 machine, Corey Sherman, is the race leader. I think. Ken, how you doing, bud? Mark Arthur peels off. He's coming down pit road for service. Ahead of the 66, you have the 36, the 01, the 19, the 88, the 97. You know what? I'm not going to say a word because the last I knew, the 88 was running third. I give iRacing. Waiting for that telemetry to kind of kick over here. I believe that Sherman is the race leader.
Sure, let's go with that.
A bunch of cars going around the pace car. They will rejoin the tail end of the field. Okay. Yeah, Sherman is the race leader. He's on the inside first row. On his outside, Terry Foster, Brian Dees, Mark Arthur. That makes up your first two rows. Kyle Gilbert. Oh my goodness. Kyle Gilbert running in 5th place right now.
Unfortunately, he is all the way in the back as he did take a wave around. So
yeah. All right, we're gonna get this thing straightened out here, and nothing will do it better than a green flag run. Corey Sherman takes off in that 66 machine. Good speed coming out of that transition onto the backstretch. Mark Arthur to the inside of the 86 machine. Mark Arthur going for second.
Oh, Kyle Gilbert trying to get around some cars, gets into the 44, has to back out of it. And this is the hazard when you have a much faster car and you're stuck in the back of the field, is that you can get caught up in somebody else's mess in a blink of an eye.
3 wide, Gilbert thinks better of it, squeezes himself down to the inside. On this outside, Travis Brown, we got one into the wall right behind them. I think he'll be okay, we'll continue on, but Gilbert and Brown, they're battling again. This time on the opposite side of the field, though, towards the back.
Big crash. Oh, and Kyle Gilbert gets into it. Oh.
The 86, the 58, we're going to go take a peek at that one. We'll stay focused on Gilbert. And it did. It happened way in front of Gilbert, and he went underneath the 86 car. brings that 58 almost to a complete stop there. Wow.
He was on the brakes hard and still wasn't enough as the 86 lands on the top of him.
So, not a lot of physical damage being shown to Kyle Gilbert. I've had that happen before where the car looked fine, but I went underneath the car and my car was garbage after that. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that 58 does after.
Yeah, and both Travis Brown and Kyle Gilbert are in the pits again, along with Mark Arthur.
So Sherman's still up front in the 66 car. Got to go way back to the 19 to try and pick up Ryan Wysoleski, who is being scored second right now. Lots of cars coming down pit road. Tyler Gary in the 26 coming down pit road. He was scored third. No longer the case. Had a nice green flag running and had a caution. And we've heard it time and time again, caution breeds caution.
Yep, and once again, this is the case.
Travis Brown in the 01 machine being scored in 4th place. Gilbert being scored in 5th. There's a lot of cars ahead of them to Corey Sherman, though.
Well, once again, we'll get this all sorted out and see who's where.
Well, the 19 comes pulling up on the outside of Sherman. So I think our front row is set. Then it's supposed to be Arthur and Brown, and they're heading up towards the front. See some of the slower cars dropping down to the bottom, giving room. Kyle Gilbert behind Brown.
And what this allowed Kyle Gilbert and Travis Brown to do was come into the pits, get freshened up, and now they're on the lead lap and they're right up front again.
Brian Dees in the 17 machine being scored 6th place. Terry Foster in the 86. That Miller High Life machine running in 7th position. We're getting ready to go green flag racing again. Pace car lights are off. And this one's going to be on Sherman. Corey Sherman in the 66 in control of the field. And he hits the loud button. He's gone. The 19 just didn't have anything on that restart for him. And Mark Arthur looking to take advantage. He's down on the inside. Second position underway here. Oh my goodness, they got together. That slowed Arthur way down. The 01 was on the brakes. The 58 almost into the back of the 01. They're back together now, up to speed. Somehow able to save that one. Oh! The 01 hard into the 19.
And
Holy
how the heck
cow.
did they not wreck?
Travis Brown is on a mission.
Yeah, it's get out of the way, I am faster than you.
He has led 96 laps, and I don't think he's done yet. He wants more. That 01 machine, it looks like he's got a V10 in that thing. Forget 8 cylinders. He's got 10 of them. That 01 was moving.
Gave his hamsters Red Bull today.
Corey Sherman looks up in the mirror, sees a mirror full of Mark Arthur, and Mark's trying not to. He knows what's behind him. Arthur dives down to the inside, looking to get in front. Gets a little push out of the 12 car. That allows the 01 to get on the outside, and the 58. Mark Arthur starting to go backwards on that inside lane, in the 11 car, the slower car on the inside. Mark's going to have to move up to get around.
Yeah, the 19 car of Wysoleski is all the way back to 7th. He got punted hard.
Corey Sherman under attack. Brown to the front. Travis Brown back up front. Sherman down on the inside. Gilbert looking to take advantage. Gilbert now second place. Mark Arthur trying to take advantage, and he does.
We got a caution.
Caution flag is out. The 11 car looks like he's nosed into the wall. We'll see if he had any help or if that was on his own. Travis Brown, Kyle Gilbert reassume 1 and 2. They have been running that way most of this race. On board the 11 machine, you see him kind of get below onto that apron of the left front tire, and that's all it took. Around he went hard into that inside retaining wall. No smoke out of that 11 machine. He should be okay to go.
Yeah, but unfortunately he got stuck on the wall, and that was brought out to caution. No, we still have over 100 laps to go.
Over 100 laps to go, and if it's as... I'm going to have to go get an aspirin. My heart's starting to race.
In with the good air, out with the bad air. Just breathe. Everything will be fine.
Travis Brown up front again. He has led more laps than anybody else. And right behind him, a familiar foe, the 58 car, Kyle Gilbert's going to be on the outside. Mark Arthur, who's in third, peels off. He's coming down for repairs. Fuel, tires, soft drink, ice cream.
Oh, I heard ice cream. I'm all over that.
So I moved Terry Foster up to third, but Terry Foster now peels off. So different pit strategies happening here.
And Travis Brown is still fast, but his car is a little bit more damaged than it was earlier in the race, so we'll see if that affects him much at all. My
goodness, how could it not be? I mean, he absolutely punted Wasilewski.
He almost went under him.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know what went on there. Missed shift, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe they weren't up to speed totally. Ryan in the 19. I don't know. That was amazing. The closing speed that 01 had on the 19, I can't explain it.
Well, I can. It's called wisdom.
9 cars on the lead lap still. Mark Arthur running in 9th to make up the last car on the lead lap. Noah Van Hoot is running 10th in the 4 machine. He would be your first car a lap down. Lap 150 of 250, so we've got 99 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. I bet you were going to correct my math right up until I said that last bit.
Oh, I would never do such a thing.
Pace car lights are off. Brown, Gilbert show on the front row. Got Gary Wasilewski running 3rd and 4th.
And Wasilewski used his fast repair, so that car is crisp and clean.
We'll see if that's going to make a difference. I don't believe it does here. I really don't. Unless he had some steering issues, that might be the case. I mean, the rear end might have been cocked out. Who knows?
Well, plus I think Wasilewski is of the mindset that he owes one to Travis Brown, so we'll see if that plays into it.
Yeah, he might. Gilbert with the advantage on the restart this time. And it didn't last long. Halfway through 1 and 2, Brown takes advantage. 26 car, Tyler Gary trying to get going on that inside lane, and so far so good as he's got in 2nd place at the line. Tyler Gary's figured out something on the inside line. He's able to lead that lap. Got the slow car of the 85, no place to go. 26 car.
Dear, look out.
Oh, 26 gives a friendly little reminder that he is on the lead lap, battling for the lead.
That cost him some spots.
It did. It cost him 4 spots as he went from 2nd place at the time back to 5th. Caution back out on the field. the 16 car, way off pace, coming down pit road. He's going to get penalized if he's able to continue coming down pit road before it's open.
Yeah, it looks like he got went up the track and got tagged by the 36, and he kind of did a couple of barrel rolls down the backstretch there.
So trying to clean out the cobwebs, goes down pit road. Probably not the worst idea.
No, not at that point. That car suffered. We're going to have 10 cars on the lead lap now.
Four other drivers out there hoping for cautions. Four other drivers, one lap down. After that, we start seeing multiple laps down. Van Hoot in the 4 car is now your first car one lap down, so he'd be the one to get the next lucky dogs, providing he isn't part of the next incident. Travis Brown, Kyle Gilbert out there with 23 laps on their tires. Brian Roshaleski, he's got 9.
And a much nicer looking car.
Yeah, much nicer. It's got a full front end, no damage there. If you look at the 19 car and you look at the 58 or the 12 or the 1, you can see that those other 3 cars, they're a little shorter than the rest. Certainly a little shorter than when they first started here tonight.
Well, that's okay. They're still running all right.
Mark Arthur running currently in 4th place. He started in 11th. He's led some laps. He's been involved in a few incidents.
He's been pretty much everywhere on the track today.
Yeah.
Up in the front, down in the back, in the middle, in wrecks. You know, he's been all over. Been very busy.
Travis Brown, unfortunately, colors aren't right. I can't see his driver bar. Pace car lights are off, so we're going to get ready to go back green flag.
91 laps to go at the restart, looks like.
So it's Brown and Gilbert on your front row. Arthur and Wasilewski second row. Dees and Gary on the 3rd row. The 19 car that was punted by Brown right behind him. Brown takes off. Gilbert a little slow on that restart. Mark Arthur almost gets in the back of him, backs off, and that 12 car gives a lot of room now. Gilbert and Brown fighting for position. Mark Arthur with a really awesome run off in that corner, able to get right to the back bumper. You see him touch the brakes just a little bit. Gets off from the 58, comes down to the inside. Mark Arthur to the inside.
Yeah, we got a spinner down the front stretch. Sorry, the number 7 car. Smoking pretty bad, but the green flag stays out.
And now caution comes out.
For the 66. Of Corey Sherman.
Corey Sherman. You see, he went around. Sherman's led 33 laps of this race. And he just went around. I heard somebody just hit the wall. Not sure who it was. I just heard it.
Somebody just blew up.
Is that what it was? That could be it.
I think so.
Yes, the 7 car blew up.
Yeah,
he was right.
Smoking. He was smoking really bad after that contact with the inside wall.
So he needs to make it down. Oh, he's tucking it in. It's not quite blown up. He's moving around. Forced to use that quick repair though. If he still has it, he may not.
I'm seeing so far lots of smoke coming out of that car.
Travis Brown, Kyle Gilbert say enough's enough. We need tires and fuel.
And perhaps a fresh car. I'm not sure if either of those two have used their fast repairs or not. Oh! Travis Brown slides through his pit box.
Backs it up real quick. He's getting service. Gilbert should be able to make it out before him, though. So he had a really nice stop. He does just by about a fender. Mark Arthur, the driver of the number 12 car, the Marine, up front here on Veterans Day. The action's been so fast, I haven't had a chance to say hi yet to Skittles. Hi, Skittles. I did see Ken come in, but I did not see Skittles come in. I apologize.
And she's still audio impaired as she has no headset.
Audio impaired.
Yeah. Looks like we still have 10 cars on the lead lap. Brian D's being the last one of those.
Yeah, Van Hoot sitting in 11th spot in the 4 car. Not able to get a lap back on that one.
Oh, look at this. Mark Arthur chooses the outside lane.
Lane choice goes to the leader. He decides to go to the outside.
Interesting choice.
That's very interesting because we've seen time and time again the inside has the advantage going into 1 and 2 on the restarts. Mark Arthur thinks maybe he can pull it off here. He mashes the go pedal, has the advantage going into 1 and 2. Travis Brown in the 01 car on the outside of the 19.
Well, that seemed to work pretty well in his favor.
Yeah, he got a good restart, and he's able to get away. Travis Brown, though, is hunting him down. Tyler Gary in 3rd. Ryan Wesleski in 4th, and Dalton Kilrow 5th. Got to go back to 6th position to see Kyle Gilbert. I think that's the most Gilbert and Brown have been separated this entire race.
I don't think he likes that one bit.
On the last lap, Brown about a 10th faster than Arthur. And you see the gap starting to close up between 1 and 2 right now.
You know, that shows you how crucial the start is. I mean, if you can get a good jump out there, it's really hard to reel you back in.
Mark Arthur making a diamond out of this track, trying to find speed, maybe just a little bit tight in that 12 car. Travis Brown consistently running faster laps, but the gap doesn't seem to be closing too much yet. Seven car pulls down out of the way. I believe he had an issue. Yeah, Brian McRae, I believe, is off track right now. I think I heard his motor go bang.
Oh, and I see the 26 car is out, is just stalled in the middle of the track.
Yeah, we're under caution again. And oh, we've got some big stuff happening further back in the field. The 28, the 4, the 1. Seven car looks like he's done his quick repairs. It looks pretty good and it's moving, so I believe the 7 car just did his quick repair.
Looks like the 26 car got a little help from Kyle Gilbert there, and
yeah, Tyler Gary now being scored 10th position, 1 lap down. The 4 car, Van Hoot, was running in 10th before that caution, now being scored in 12th. So still 10 cars on the lead lap. Aaron Bach over in the 44 was scored 10th, now scored 7th as some cars are coming down pit road.
it looks like Corey Sherman's coming down. Brian Dees is coming down, so a couple of the lead lap cars are coming down. Figure why not? There's only a couple of cars behind them on the lead lap, so you might as well come down and get some fresh tires, maybe get a little bit of that damage fixed up. But Mark Arthur has a really interesting choice to make. With as good as Travis Brown is, does he take the outside again, knowing that Travis Brown prefers it? Or does he take the inside, knowing that you can get a really good jump on him?
Yeah, the restart's going to be really interesting here. I think Arthur doesn't have a choice. I think he has to run that outside line. I believe his car is tight. We saw him diamonding the field.
And it looks like Skittles has requested that we get her a headset.
You know, I probably have an extra one around here somewhere. But truthfully, if it's an extra one, it's probably not so good.
That's probably true, too.
We're pacing lap 180 here at Bristol. Pace car lights are off. Looks like Arthur is going to the outside. It's going to leave Travis Brown on the inside. And we've seen what Brown's been able to do all night on the inside of row 1.
Exactly.
Gilbert,
it was a tough call for Mark Arthur, but
yeah, I don't know if there's a good call there or not. That one machine has been super fast on just about every single restart of this race. And Arthur's got another problem. He's got a brand new sparkling 58 machine right behind him. Kyle Gilbert has used his fast repair.
oh my.
Green flag's out. Mark Arthur hits the go pedal.
And he gets a really good jump off from Travis Brown.
Brown not able to hang with him. You see right now Gilbert closing the gap on second place. The 88 machine trying to take over. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a lap car. The 97, a lap car. The 88 running fourth. Dalton Kilroe, Ryan Wishleski in the 19 right behind him. Gilbert in the 58 machine trying to take advantage of that new car. That new car smell, not quite enough to catch the rear bumper of Travis Brown yet. But you see him touching the brakes on the corner. He's a little bit faster, just not able to get around yet.
No, and I think he's just waiting. Can't wait too long, though, because he's got some competition back there, especially Dalton Kilroe and Washaleski. They are right on him.
Yeah, Washaleski to the inside of Kilroe. That 19 trying to go. The 88 with the advantage on the outside The 97, that's Bryce Lewis. That is for position. Bryce Lewis currently running in 6th position right now.
Jeez, as much as I hate saying this, do you think maybe Travis Brown is holding these guys up just a little?
You know, I think he is. Mark Arthur walking away right now. And we've seen the 58. He's had to get on the brakes. You see that splitter in the front hit the track a couple of times. That means he's getting them on the brakes.
Oh! Dalton Kilrow, Corey Sherman, and Bryce Lewis all get together, cause all kinds of havoc.
Oh, Noah Van Hoot had to get on the brakes hard.
And the caution's out.
Almost got in the back of the 66. We're going to go back and take a look at the 66 machine, Corey Sherman. Oh, and it actually started, I think, with the 97.
Yeah, and 88 of Kilrow, they got into each other.
We'll back it up again. Oh, yeah. 32 did a nice job. He got off from the back bumper when he got into the 97.
Oh!
Then a 44 gets in. Boy, oh boy.
Mark Arthur and Travis Brown in the pits. Al Gilbert stays out.
Pit strategies have changed so many times. Ooh! Brown all of a sudden has full fenders, a nice clean looking hood. He's getting his fast repair done. Arthur does not. Comes out with that beat up rear deck lid and says it's all good.
Yeah, but now Travis Brown's car is back to the way it was at the beginning of the race. You can almost see the flames coming out of that thing.
So Kyle Gilbert now on the front row, your leader. Gilbert has actually led 13 laps. Ryan Weshaleski is going to start in 2nd position. Terry Foster in the 86. Got a couple of lap cars in front of him, but he is running 3rd. And then that sparkling new 01 machine of Travis Brown, Mark Arthur, 4th and 5th. Corey Sherman in the 66 going to be running in 6th. Dalton Kilrow in the 88 machine running 7th. Bryce Lewis in the 97 machine running 8th. Brian Dees 9th. Tyler Gary 10th. And Aaron Bockover in the 44 are going to be running in 11th.
Well, I was going to originally say that the advantage is to Kyle Gilbert, but now that Travis Brown has fresh tires and a clean, shiny race car, not so sure anymore.
Well, the only advantage that Gilbert has at the moment is he decides he's going to start on the outside is that he is in front of Travis Brown. 2 incidents at the same time. Yeah, there was a lot happening on the track as everybody was trying to whoa up. Nonetheless, cars 2x2, they're getting set to go green flag again. Pace car lights are off. We're heading down the back stretch here in Bristol.
And it is coming down to crunch time now. We're almost, we're at the almost 50 to go mark, and that's when people are going to start getting even more aggressive.
Yeah, we have a lot more racing to go, and I don't think we're done seeing the yellow flag. Gilbert hits the go button, and oh my, does he go, and Travis Brown follows him. He launches himself to 2nd position. Starts 4th, and currently 2nd. He's got all kinds of speed. Down to the inside. Down to the inside. Gilbert. Brown. Gilbert with the advantage on the outside. Brown looking for a way to get by him. He's got a slightly different line, a little further down than Gilbert had that last time. Ryan Wesleski in third place has a really good view as we're under caution.
17 car. Brian Dees.
Brian Dees had just gotten a lap back, I believe. Nope, he was on the right side of that.
Yeah, and got under the apron. That's what caused it.
Yeah, just barely touched it. Lucky for him.
Really.
It wasn't a hard hit. He's going to be fine, but
yeah,
little egg on the face right there. They know better. They know not to touch that apron. Gonna cross the start finish line. We're gonna have 50 laps to go. It's taken a little bit, but we're getting there.
I mean, eventually we're gonna run out of laps. But Gilbert did maintain the lead, so he's going to be able to choose again, or my guess is he'll be on the outside.
Take a look at the race progress. Got a couple of cars that have gained 19 spots apiece. That's Terry Foster and 44 car of Aaron Bockover. Both cars on the lead lap. Bockover, the last car on the lead lap. The battle's going to be the front row. Will Kyle Gilbert stay on the inside? Will he try the outside lane again? On the last restart, Brown was in the second row. Now he's going to be door to door with him. And somebody else has a bright, beautiful, shiny car out there. Your sixth place runner, Mark Arthur, decided he was going to use his quick repair.
Yeah, I think he felt like he needed to keep up with the guys because everybody in front of him's got used up their fast repairs and they're all pretty clean. All right, pace car lights are out and it looks like he's going to stay on the inside.
All right, Gilbert's going to control this one once the pace car drops down onto pit road. This is going to be a battle.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because we know that Travis Brown is so good on the outside.
Both cars have been so fast here tonight.
Oh, good job.
Gilbert with a nice jump. Stays to the inside through 1 and 2. Travis Brown knocking on the back door of Kyle Gilbert's 58 machine. And the pace is quickening. These guys are moving. They're back down into qualifying times, 14.2s, 14.3s.
They know that it's crunch time now. Unless something major happens, they shouldn't have to pit again, and we're under 50 to go. Yeah, it's go time.
Yeah, now is the time. If you've got it, it's time to go. The 58 starting to pull out just a little bit. A 14.2 versus Travis Brown's 14.3 the last time they crossed the start-finish line. Mark Arthur's trying to put a little pressure on the 26 car of Gary. Arthur to the outside, Gary to the inside of the 19 car, Ryan Wyszelewski, all battling it out for third place right now. The 19 car has it, everybody else wants it. 26 has a little fumble, he has to back off a little bit. The 19 goes sideways. Oh, Mark, oh my God. And we're still green. Mark Arthur goes around. We are still green. Now caution comes out.
And he's going to go a lap down, unfortunately, because he couldn't get off the wall.
Gotta go back and see that one. A battle for third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Arthur gets into the back of Wyszelewski. That slows his momentum, and then Dalton Kilroe just comes and slams into the back of him because he couldn't check up in time. So much for that nice, clean car.
Yeah, not so much anymore. Mark Arthur sitting on pit road, one lap down. Kyle Gilbert up front. He's got to be shaking his head, pounding on the steering wheel, saying, come on, guys. Come on. Every time I try and pull out a little bit of a lead, caution comes out. Travis Brown, though, came down pit road. He's got some tires. So the 01 starting back almost as far as he has all night in 9th place. Gilbert going down the back stretch. Your race leader. Dalton Kilroe in the 88 is going to be second. It looks like Gilbert decides he's going to go on the top side here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Pace car light's still on, so still time to decide.
So Travis Brown deciding to pit, I'm thinking he thinks that his fresher tires are going to make that much of a difference that he can get past everybody, because he's going to start, what, about, what the heck is he? Yeah, they're 8th. And we've known he's had pretty much the fastest car all night, but now he has to get around more people.
Yeah, but some of the people in front of him, I mean, our race leader right now, Gilbert, his tire's 36 laps old. Kilroe in the 88, he's running second. 23 laps on his tires. Ryan Wyszelewski in the 19, being scored third. 37 laps on his tires. So maybe that's not such a bad move.
And Gilbert does pick the outside this time.
Kilroe's been close, but hasn't led a lap yet. He's going to be starting on the inside of the race leader, Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert, very, very strong since he's been on that front row. We saw he had a really nice restart. The pace car drops down, and Gilbert goes. Yeah, he doesn't even waste a second. Gilbert is gone. Tyler Gary in the 26 takes advantage, though. Up to second, Dalton Kilroe falls into line in third. Ryan Wyszelewski in the 19 goes low, not able to make a pass, but the 01, wow, is he making some moves. The 01, Travis Brown trying to get up there. Got a couple of cars really slow.
Oh, Mark Arthur gets into a bad wreck again, even though the green flag stayed out.
Arthur being shown in 13th right now, not moving on pit road. The one car into the wall. able to keep it going, but boy, did he lose some time there. Travis Brown is not happy with that car right now.
No, and he was driving the wheels off that thing. He knows he's only got 30 laps or so to go. He's got to go now, and he's got to go hard.
And he goes down to the inside of the 88 machine. He's going to make this one stick down below the 26. Trying to make it 2 in 1 set of corners. Not able to do it. 26 fights back. Brown stuck on the inside. Not the preferred lane. We've seen it so many times. The 26 into the wall.
But it didn't cost him too much momentum, even though Travis Brown does seem to be able to clear him now.
Brown able to make the pass, goes up to second. Only one car in front of him now, Kyle Gilbert.
And he's gaining on him. Cue that Jaws music, because Travis Brown is coming.
Dun, 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 dun. The 01 machine, fresher tires by 34 laps. Kyle Gilbert may not have anything left by the time Brown gets to him. And make no mistake, he is going to get to him.
Yeah, and that pit stop by Travis Brown could have been the move that wins him this race.
We've seen it many times, said it many more. It's one thing to catch him, it's another to pass him.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Kyle Gilbert is not going to just lay up and let him go by.
Gilbert still running respectable lap times, but I don't think he's got it right now. Brown to the inside, slower traffic may help. Gilbert stays out in front on that one.
Yeah, but you can just see how much better Travis Brown's car is working on that bottom side.
Slower lap cars in front. Oh, Brown able to get. Oh! Brown goes around into the wall.
Oh, he had the lead and he. Oh.
Travis Brown was going for the lead, actually had the lead, touches the wall, and the 01 goes around.
Oh, he's got to be kicking himself for that one.
Kyle Gilbert right now, I think I just heard him from here.
Yeah, that was a big sigh of relief. Because he had nothing for Travis Brown at all. He wouldn't be able to keep up with him.
Travis Brown in that 01 machine. Huge upsetting moment right there. But he's bringing it down pit road. You guarantee he's going to get 4 fresh tires on that thing. And he's going to go again.
Yep. He's got a lot less laps to do it now. But if anybody could do it, it'd be him.
Well, should be about 25, 26 laps to go. And we go green again.
Did he just go down the wrong pit road?
I missed it. I hope he didn't. That would be even more upsetting.
Yeah, I think he did. He went down the backstretch pitch, came out, went around. Now he's going into his own pits.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that definitely is not going to help his cause any.
There are a few cars that were scored in front of Brown that are also down pit road. The question will be, does he take 2 or does he take 4? We know he's taking tires. Left side goes up. He is taking all 4 tires.
Yeah, he's got to.
Kyle Gilbert looks like he's probably going to go to the outside again. Dalton Kilroe in the 88 machine going to be starting in second. Tyler Gary in the 26 third. And Ryan Wesleski, he's been running top 5 most of the night in that 19 machine. Noah Van Hoot had gotten his lap back, currently being scored in 5th. Corey Sherman, involved in an earlier incident in the 66 machine. I believe he's being scored, it looks like 7th position right now. Means I went right past Terry Foster in the 86, who's running in 6th. Travis Brown in the 01 machine, by spinning and coming down the wrong pits, looks to have lost another couple of positions. Was scored 8th before he came down pit road, now 10th. "17 laps to go when we get this one fired back up under green." Kyle Gilbert is your race leader on the outside. Inside, Dalton Kilroe trying to play spoiler. Gilbert takes off. Wow, does he take off. Kyle Gilbert, your race leader right now, followed by Dalton Kilroe, and there is a bunch of cars behind. Gary Wasilewski battling it out for 3rd place. Walkover, Van Hoot battling for 4th. Excuse me, for 5th place. The 01 machine, Travis Brown, trying to get that 01 car moving.
He is still stuck in 10th with all these cars. He's got enough damage now, I think, that he just can't quite get there as quick as he did before.
Makes it
Although
3
he's
wide.
making it 3 wide. See, I always make liars out of me, I'll tell you what.
3 wide again, the 01 machine on the... He's just on fire.
He is driving like a man possessed.
Travis Brown, 2 laps ago, 10th. Now currently running in 5th place, trying to make it 3 wide. Gets to the 44 to the inside wall.
And 44 does get it going again, so the green flag should stay out. Oh, that car is hurt bad.
Travis Brown off from the right side of the 88, off from the left side of the 26, takes position from both. Travis Brown in 2nd place. Kyle Gilbert, your race leader, I'm sure he's looking down at the relative going, how in the heck did he get there? Travis Brown, 2nd place, and he's gaining.
With a damaged car. Although he... Oh, okay.
9 laps to go. Can Gilbert hold him off?
I don't think so.
I don't think Superman can hold him off right now. Travis Brown on the move.
And he is not going to hesitate to move Gilbert out of the way if he has to.
Brown to the inside, Gilbert to the outside. Newer tires on the 01 machine. The 01, Travis Brown takes over the lead. 7 laps to go.
I am shocked. I didn't think he had a prayer of being that far back trying to pass that many cars, but he just blew right by him. And he is driving away.
Kyle Gilbert really tight. You see him diamonding in the track. But the story is 10th to 1st. Holy cow. Travis Brown making quick work of this entire field.
And those new tires, they just made all the difference. And the fact that he could just weave in and out, go 3 wide, pass people on the outside and on the inside.
Good battle going on right now for 3rd. Dalton Kilroe trying to take over from Tyler Gary. Tyler Gary got into the wall just a little bit. It let the 88 machine close up, and they're kind of staying put right now. Although the 88 makes a good move there. 88 maybe just a little bit faster than 26 to the inside. The 88 machine, Dalton Kilroe. Oh, doesn't hit that corner right. Loses a little bit, comes back on the inside. 3 laps to go. Travis Brown in the 0-1, 2 laps to go. We'll keep it right here. Travis Brown looking to win this one. Unbelievable fashion. One lap to go for the 0-1 machine. Travis Brown. He's led 124, trying to make it the most important 125. Travis Brown, your race winner.
What an incredible drive that last restart. Unbelievable.
Wow, what a run in that 0-1 machine. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that here on iRacing. Certainly not at Bristol. Wow. Gilbert comes up, says, good job. Second place, Kyle Gilbert. Tyler Gary in the 26, bringing it home in third. Kilrow, fourth in the 88. Ryan Weseleski in fifth. Terry Foster, Noah Van Hoop, Bryce Lewis, Brian Dees, and Corey Sherman, your top 10 here tonight. What a finish to this one.
I am still at a loss for words. An absolutely spectacular drive. That was, I would say that was textbook, but he took the textbook and tossed it out the window and just did his own thing.
He really did. Unbelievable. And we're going to take a peek, see who we have here in TeamSpeak. I want to get the top 3. Start with Tyler.
Kyle Gilbert. Yeah, and Travis Brown is there.
Looking for Tyler Gary. And
Yep,
he's here too. If you want to go ahead and pull up Gary, third place finisher here tonight. Tyler Gary, driver of the number 26 machine. This is Chris and Keith up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you ended up finishing third here tonight in that 26 machine. It's Bristol, and everybody came away with some knocks and dents and dings. Tell me about your ride.
I don't know. Not much to it, really. It's just good, hard racing. Pretty much throughout the whole race. A little too many cautions, but otherwise, I think it's pretty good.
Well, the 26 machine ends up in third place. You're kind of running up towards the front for most of the night. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Lucky Duck Pizza, Savage Edge, and all my teammates back at We Make Runs.
That's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations again. It was a heck of a good run for you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the third place finisher, driver of the number 26 machine, Tyler Gary. And up in the booth now, the driver of the number 58, Kyle Gilbert. Kyle, this is Chris and Keith up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I've got you.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Keith. I am out of breath.
I was going to say, you know, that last restart, the two of us up here thought you had this in the bag. Were you thinking the same thing, or did you think Travis could come back from that far back?
I didn't know. He just pretty much came out of nowhere. I was going along. I had about a second and a half lead over Tyler and Dalton there, and they just out of nowhere. I looked in my mirror, and there he was, about a 3/4 of a second behind me. I said, I ain't got. I've got too much time to be able to keep him off, and yeah, once he got to me, I tried to run a different line to slow him down to try to block him a little bit, but I wasn't gonna try anything too crazy to wreck a teammate. But once that didn't work, I just said forget it. Let teammate get the win. I ain't gonna wreck both of us trying to hold him off when he's got a half a second a lap faster car than me.
So how was the car out there tonight? I mean, I know that you got into a couple of little incidents here and there. You know, back end looked a little beat up there for a while. So what was it like out there tonight?
Oh, it was a blast. When we had those green flag runs, and especially towards the beginning when Travis and I were bumper to bumper, that when we have the same age tires, it's amazing. I hope they don't scrap Bristol because it has had so many cautions, because I've never had a big smile on my face for finishing second in my life.
That's great. Who do you got to thank tonight for this second place finish?
I just thank you guys for broadcasting. All my teammates, Mark, Travis, other guys didn't show up tonight. I don't know where they were. I didn't really reach out to them because I got home like 30 minutes into practice from a football game that didn't turn out the way I wanted it. But I'd also like to thank everybody who served for us, for the country, being Veterans Day.
All right, well, congratulations again on that second place finish.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, that was Kyle Gilbert finishing second place.
Yeah, that was a heck of a run, man, by him. And there's only one guy that had a better one, the driver of the 01. It's now smoking down there across the start-finish line. Mr. Travis Brown, this is Chris and Keith up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I'll tell you, Keith and I were talking. We didn't think you had a shot in that last restart, starting in 10th. We knew you had fresh tires, but we didn't think there was going to be enough time. Take us through that last green flag start and what it took to get through the field.
Well, I kind of screwed myself, I thought, because I got up there battling Gilbert and I was on fresh tires at that point. I just got a little too aggressive and it got away from me, and I started to spin out, and he's my teammate and I didn't want to take him out, so I just whipped it back around the other way and tried to minimize the damage. Got it back going, so at that point I was like, well, I might as well get tires because I'm going to be at the back anyway. Well, I went down the wrong pit road. Came out, it gave me an unsafe pit exit for that, so I had an EOL. So on the second lap I went down pit road, so I had to start behind everybody. Like, I was just dead ass last pretty much there. And then on that restart, I thought it was over, but I was going to try to make the most out of it, and just got a good restart, you know. And I was coming through the field and had to get, I mean, I was really aggressive. I was a man on a mission at that point because I knew if I could get up there to Gilbert, I was going to be quicker just because of the tires. We had been even all night. It was a hell of a lot of fun racing him.
Yeah, I gotta say that was one of the most impressive drives that I've seen at Bristol. You were driving like you were possessed and on fire, going 3 wide, passing people on the bottom, passing people on the top. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, I really couldn't either. You know, there were a couple of times I thought it wasn't going to work out because I had taken my quick repair earlier and I probably took it prematurely. But it worked out in the end. You know, I was just, I didn't want to wreck anybody. You know, that's not my driving style. I wanted to be aggressive and try to get up there, but I wanted to also do it clean. Luckily I was able to. I just want to say thanks to all the veterans out there. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Thanks to Rebellion Racing. You know, like I said, Kyle, that was a lot of fun racing with them all night. He raced me clean and I raced him clean back, and glad to go 1-2 with him. Everybody else at Rebellion, thanks you guys for broadcasting. Mark and everybody for putting the race on, and that was a lot of fun. I'm really excited. This has been a really good season for me. Hopefully we can keep it up.
Well, as much fun as it was to drive, it was a heck of a lot of fun to watch too, Travis. So congratulations again, man. That 01 machine looking a little worse for the wear after your celebration. I know it blew up too. But man, what an awesome ride you had tonight. You and Gilbert, definitely a class of the field, and it was fun watching you battle it out through most of this race. Congratulations, bud.
Appreciate it.
All right, and that's going to just about do it here on MaxSpeedTV. I want to go ahead and say thank you, a big shout out to Keith, who once again 2 weeks in a row came in last minute substitute, and man, I couldn't have done it without you tonight.
It's what I do.
And that's what we all do here at MaxSpeedTV. We want to send out another thank you to all the veterans here on Veterans Day. Thank you very much for your service, for those who have given it all, and for those who continue to give it all. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Have a great night, everybody.